Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from simpleprogrammer.com. And today we're going to be talking about the importance of partying with colleagues. So, this question, I don't have a name here, but this developer says, I have managed to get myself a job in fintech in a big corporation straight after completing a computer science degree. I enjoy it a lot. I am working with the latest technology and very challenging problems. However, as a new joiner, I am being taught that networking and knowing people is the only way to advance in your career. I do not have problems communicating and socializing with new people, but I do not enjoy drinking and staying late in the evenings. I exercise a lot in the mornings, trying to get into triathlons, and I'm trying to keep up with personal projects. Do you think that by not going out in the evenings, drinking with people and growing my network, I am damaging my career? If so, what should I do? Overall, how important is your network when building a successful career? And I do take your advice on being a mentor and expect an expert, etc. My worries are around the fact that I do not create the relationships that people do when they go out and, quote, party together. So it's interesting. I think Scott Hanselman actually did an episode talking about the kind of abuse and use of alcohol in the development community. Maybe we can put a link to his podcast episode on Hansel Minutes here. I was listening to the episode. I don't agree with everything that was said there, but I agree it's a problem. And just so you know, I basically don't drink. Like every once in a while, like I'll maybe have a couple of scotches or something like that. But in general, and probably the majority, there's two reasons why I don't. Okay, I'll tell you why. One of them is because I'm a fitness freak and I don't want the extra calories and I don't want to miss my workouts and have hangovers and all that. So, and alcohol hurts you from a fitness perspective. There's just no doubt about that. And the second one is I see it as a crutch, as a social crutch a lot of times. A lot of people use alcohol, especially for you guys out there that are trying to figure out, you know, how to hook up, how to get the ladies, having trouble with that. Check out my playlist on that. But if you're using alcohol as a crutch, it's going to help you for the short term. It's not going to help you long term. You got to develop actual real confidence and the ability to communicate and talk with people without using alcohol as a crutch. So now that I've said that, let's talk about what I think you can do in this situation and what I do, right? Because I think that it's true that you need a network and you need to spend time with your colleagues and stuff and go out to social events. Otherwise, you're going to be ostracized. You're going to seem, it's not that you're going to seem weird. It's more so that you're going to seem that you don't care about people and that you're snobbish and unsocial, and you're going to miss those networking opportunities. And so what I would say and what I've done in the past is don't go out and stay out, like set your limits, define your rules. You don't have to do one or the other, okay? You don't have to say, I'm not drinking, so I'm not going out with my friends or with my colleagues who are drinking or networking. I go to tons of networking events and I don't drink a drop, okay? I just drink water the whole time, or maybe every once in a blue moon I might have a scotch or so, but I pretty much don't drink. I definitely don't get wasted, okay? And I usually call it a night fairly early because I'm going to get up and go run the next morning, or I'm going to get up or I'm going to go work on my project or something like that. Now, if this is an everyday occurrence, right, you don't want to sacrifice, you know, if you got a conference or something, go and network, go and spend that time. Don't work on your side project at a conference, okay? But don't get wasted. Just go and just like, you know, set your limits and say, this is what I'm going to do. If you want to have a drink, that's fine. That's cool. If you don't, that's fine. And you don't have to make a big deal of it. You don't have to like make it. You can just drink some water. Everyone might think you're drinking. You don't have to say anything about it. And just have conversations. Go talk to people. Go socialize. Go and network. And then when it comes around and you're like, okay, well, it's 11:30. Time for me to go to bed because I got to go train for my triathlon. Just tell people that you got to work out in the morning and you had a good time, but you're gonna head home or whatever it is, and you know, be friendly about it and don't judge anyone. right? Don't judge what they're doing. Just let them do what they're doing. And you're going to be known as a disciplined person who goes and is going to run 10 miles the next morning, right? Like I often do at conferences. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good reputation to have. It's just that you just don't want to appear snobbish. You don't want to appear judging people. You don't want to appear like you're not going to have fun and you're not going to socialize at all. You got to do some of that. Just don't make that your whole life. You don't have to stay up till 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning in order to do that, and you don't have to drink, right? You can get away with it without doing all that kind of stuff. And some people think that you can't, that you have to do one or the other, but it's not true. And most people, to be honest, won't judge you harshly if you don't take offense, right? Some people will sort of give you the whole, oh, why aren't you drinking? You should drink, and just say, I just don't drink. I'm totally cool if you drink. I have a good time anyway. Don't worry about me. But I appreciate you looking out for me, right? Because that's what they're doing. They're trying to bring you in. And so when you say, oh no, I don't drink, you're judging them, and you're sort of rebuffing their attempt to bring you into the fold, to include you in the group. So instead, just change how you respond. If someone offers me a drink and say, why aren't you drinking, John? Come on, we're all drinking. Let's have some shots. And say, no, I don't drink, but you know what? You guys have fun. I'll join you anyway. I'll have a water or whatever. And I'm like, I appreciate you looking out for me. You want a beer? No, I don't. But I'll hold your beer if you want, or whatever. And you just got to be friendly about it and accept their invitation. But don't directly say no. But don't, at the same time, don't succumb to the peer pressure. That's my advice on it. I think that it is perfectly fine to operate that way. Just have the plan ahead of time and know what you're doing. And like I said, don't offend people. Don't judge people, but stick to your guns, and you can find the balance. All right. If you like this video and you'd like to get more videos about drinking and partying and boozing it up, click the subscribe button below. All right. I'll talk to you next time. Take care.